How can we be prepared for a potential future Ebola outbreak? History has many lessons. Let's learn from our past so that we can be better informed and prepared for the future. Ebola virus disease first appeared in sub-Saharan Africa in 1976. Ebola virus is a severe illness and often causes death in humans. The largest outbreak in history that started in 2014 resulted in 28,000 cases, and by the end of 2015 resulted in 11,000 people dead. So what have we learned from disease outbreak history? Let's explore. Lessons learned from disease outbreaks. The infection control practice of isolation was learned early on with the outbreak of plague. Also, that globalization can worsen outbreak was realized during the initial cholera outbreak. SARS reminded the world that global health is local health, and recommendations were made for travel, and improvements were made to surveillance and screening. Because of SARS, major gaps in the public health system were identified. Improvements were made, for example, the Public Health Agency of Canada was developed, and the CDC improved its incident management system. SARS improved public health's ability to detect outbreaks. After many healthcare workers got infected during SARS and after H1N1 outbreak in 2009, infection control practices and use of PPE was improved. Healthcare institutions and public policies prioritized infection control. We also witnessed these precautions during the Ebola outbreak. The final lesson from Ebola was building the global health security agenda. However, sometimes problems repeat themselves with every disaster. These are lessons observed. Effective communication is necessary to communicate risk. From as early as influenza pandemic of 1918, media in the war-torn nation censored communication and lacked transparency, leading to confusion, misunderstanding, and ineffective disease control measures. This reactionary response also was seen in the SARS, H1N1, and Ebola outbreaks. The final lesson observed is understanding a disease outbreak from a social, political, economic, and cultural context. This was especially a point missed during the Ebola and HIV/AIDS epidemic. Our greatest challenge is to improve those lessons that we've lost. We should not be surprised when pandemics happen. There are international delay for H1N1, Ebola, and Zika virus outbreaks as public health emergencies. There has been minimal focus on impacts of climate change and pollution that accelerate disease outbreak. Political barriers continue to block access to preventative medicine and economic preparedness. Healthcare is not globally accessible. Social media has not been adequately utilized. The goal for the future is to prepare now.